Let's do these 4 examples to learn how to add mixed numbers, and I'll give you a few practice problems once we're done. Beginning with 5 and 5/9 plus 3 and 2/9. A mixed number has 2 parts, a whole part and a fractional part. When we add them together, we should add the whole parts first. That's very easy. In this case, we have 5 plus 3, and that's just 8. As for the fractional parts, this time it's easy because they both have the same denominator. The denominators of both of these fractions is 9, so we can simply add the numerators in order to add the fractions. It's 8 and 5 plus 2/9, and that of course is 8 and 7/9. You always want to make sure that the fraction part of your mixed number is fully simplified. In this case, it is, so we're done. We added the whole parts, then we added the fractional parts. 5/9 plus 2/9 gives us that 7/9, and there we go. Next, 4 and a fifth plus 2 and 3/10. Again, we can begin by just adding the whole parts together. 4 plus 2 is 6. Then we have 1/5 plus 3/10 to worry about. Let's just write that out separately. Here, the denominators are not the same, so it's not as easy as just adding the numerators, but it's pretty easy. We, of course, want these fractions to have common denominators, and we can do that if we multiply 1/5 by 2 over 2. If we do that, the denominator of 1/5 will become 10, which matches the denominator in the other fraction. Of course, we're allowed to multiply by 2 over 2 because that's just 1, which doesn't change anything. Once we do that, the fraction on the left becomes 2 over 10, and we're adding that to 3 over 10. Now we can just add the numerators together because we've got common denominators. That's 2 plus 3 over 10, and 2 plus 3 over 10 is 5 over 10, which we can reduce to 1/2, because the numerator and denominator both have a factor of 5. Basically, divide the top and bottom by 5. That gives us our final fraction, 1/2. Next, 3 and a sixth plus 1 and 2/5. Again, let's add 3 and 1, the whole parts, to get 4. Then we have to get common denominators between the 1/6 and the 2/5. In this case, it's not as easy as the previous example. We can't just multiply 5 by some nice number to get 6, and we can't just multiply 6 by some nice number to get 5, but it's still not too bad. If we multiply 1/6 by 5 over 5, and we multiply 2/5 by 6 over 6, then the denominators of both fractions will be 30, and we'll be able to add them together. Doing the part on the left, 5 over 5 times 1 over 6, gives us 5 over 30. On the right, we have 6 over 6 times 2 over 5, and that's going to be 12 over 30. Now that they have common denominators, we can just add the numerators together. That's 5 plus 12 over 30, and of course that equals 17 over 30. This fraction is fully simplified. 17 and 30 don't have any common factors, so we can finish writing our answer, 4 and 17/30. Last example, 2 and 3/4 plus 8 and 3/4. Again, we can add the whole numbers together first. 2 plus 8 is 10, and then the fractions. In this example, they have the same denominator, so we can add them together just in the numerator. That's going to be 3 plus 3 over 4. That, of course, is equal to 10 and 6/4. But then we need to simplify this fraction. 6/4 is actually an improper fraction. It's bigger than 1. I can break it down over here. 6/4 is the same as 4/4 plus 2/4. And 4/4 is equal to 1. This is the same as 1 plus 2/4. So really, we have another whole here to add in to the 10. So in fact, we have 11 adding that 1 in, and this remaining fraction, 2/4. But don't forget to finish simplifying. 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So our final answer is 11.5. Overall, adding mixed numbers is pretty straightforward. The one part that can be difficult is getting common denominators. I'll leave a link in the description to my lesson thoroughly going over how to get common denominators. Here are 3 more examples of adding mixed numbers for you to try yourself. I'll put the answers on screen now. And there are your answers fully simplified. 5 and 5/8, 10 and 3/8, and 8 and 5/21.